Welcome in, everybody, to Fantasy Pros. It's the live stream for Week 12 in the NFL. It is me, Joe Pisapia, helping you out, set your lineups, getting you ready for all of the games. And I am here, of course, always with my producer, Chris, who, shout out to Chris. He is powering through today. He is not feeling all that great, despite the incredible Patriots victory that we are celebrating from Thursday night. We're still on a high. Chris partied a little too hard, so he's a little under the weather today. So shout out to our boy, Chris. Special thank you. I want you to thank Chris in the comments for soldiering on today, because reality, he is not doing too well. He is really under the weather, but he's a champion. He is a soldier. He is a warrior. He is out there for us. So if you've got questions, you know what to do. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Fantasy Pros. That way you can ask a question. When you do, lots of good things can happen to you. We give away things. We do all kinds of fun stuff. I will say this too. We've got a special thing going on today here on the program. Now, I'm going to tease this a little bit, and then I'm going to talk to you about some other things, and I'm going to tell you what's going to go down, because, very entertaining here. We push the envelope. We try to have some fun, try to do some fantasy football at the same time. Here's what we're going to do today, my friends. All right, here's what's going to go down. First of all, you're going to go check out our sponsor, okay? Because it's time to level up your fantasy league. Bettle is the only social-first app designed to seamlessly integrate with your season-long fantasy league to offer richer experience and new game types. It has features for every part of your fantasy experience, and it's built for you. You can negotiate trades, talk smack, stay up to speed on the latest news, all from an intuitive chat-based experience, and Bettle is built to do more. Think you have the best team in the league? Well, then prove it. Bettle knows the leagues come in all shapes and sizes, so they designated Bettle with that in mind, with a product that can adapt and grow to all of your fantasy leagues. And you can check them out now at Bettle. That's BETTLE.co. BETTLE.co. So check out Bettle. Also, as I said, if you subscribe to Fantasy Pros, and we continue to grow exponentially here at Fantasy Pros on our YouTube channel, we're going to have a live giveaway today. That's right, today on the 21st at noon. Here's what you do. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Ask Kyle Yates a question. After I am gone, Kyle Yates will be here. Ask Kyle a question right here on Fantasy Pros, and you can win our autographed Amari Cooper Dallas Cowboy jersey. Because he's not playing today, he said, I don't need this. You guys at Fantasy Pros take my jersey. I don't need it. I'm going to autograph it for you, give it away to somebody who can actually use it today. So if you could use an Amari Cooper jersey, or a big Cowboy fan, you're getting ready for the game, or you just want to have some fun and have a cool piece of memorabilia, once again, all you got to do is subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is as simple as that, and ask a fantasy-related question of Kyle Yates, our good friend, our new dad, right? Again, for the second time, is going to be back here, and I know you're all very excited about that. Now, before we answer your questions, last week, Dan Harris played dirty. I set a new bar for likes on the video last week. It was a new bar, 1,300. It was an enormous number, right? Dan Harris felt a little intimidated by how huge the number of my likes were, and he stooped to the level of children and animals. That's right. He paraded the children and the animals out there, his own beautiful, adorable children, just to get likes, begging for likes with his children. Now, I'm not going to stoop to that level. I'm just not going to do it. However, if there's one thing that I know all of you enjoy more than probably the adorableness of Dan Harris's children, it's probably embarrassing pictures of me, Joey P. Now, I've been clearing out my parents' house, helping them move, and I have all of my school pictures. That's right. From the many years of Joey P, we've got Joey P with hairstyles that you wouldn't believe. And they can all be yours if we get likes. Now, for every time we get 300 likes here today on this video, I am going to show you an adorable and/or embarrassing picture of me, Joe Pisapia, from my youth. And let me tell you, they are awesome. So I'm going to kick things off. I'm going to give you one for free. One for free before we get over to all the questions. And I know you got your questions. I'll answer them. But here you go. Here is adorable Joey P as a kindergartner. Oh my goodness, look at me. Look at how adorable I am there. Look at those eyes. I am so cute. I am a troublemaker. I'm causing all kinds of problems. That's right. Now, who knows what else is in this book? But that's for you to find out with likes. So keep those likes coming. I expect a lot of likes. Every time we hit 300, I will show you another embarrassing, hilarious picture. Now let's start with your questions and get to the real reason we're here, which is not just the stupid, but also the smart. So let's start with this next one. CH or Darrell Williams and PPR Flex from B-Fees. Listen, I would love to not start either of these guys, to tell you the truth. I don't like the split backfield here. I think Williams has more touchdown equity. I think CEH in this first game back, I would still lean a little towards Darrell Williams if I had a choice, because I think Williams probably offers a little bit more touchdown equity. They're probably going to be about the same, and they could be in a situation where neither are useful. We've seen this before with the Chiefs. Now, I think they should use them, but again, should and could is not great. If you have a third option, look really hard at it, especially if that option maybe is less than stellar but has the backfield to themselves. But in a perfect world, I'd rather not have either of these guys, but Darrell Williams for the touchdown equity this week. First game back for CEH. I just don't know how much action he's going to get, and I think we should all be concerned. Brian is up next. Kamara out. Latavius or Dearness Johnson? I think Dearness Johnson's going to get a fair amount of play here. And with Lamar Jackson's situation, and we'll get you updated on that as news filters in. So far, it wasn't looking very good. If anything happens, I'm sure Chris will let me know in my ears about it. But Alvin Kamara being out, I think I would go to Dearness Johnson. I imagine that the Browns win this game handily with the backup quarterback in Detroit, and I think that what you're going to have there is some garbage time where Dearness can pile up some more, and certainly there's enough to go around against the Detroit Lions. So hopefully those likes are coming in, and we will reveal the next random amazing picture from my past from Joey P, and it's this one right here. It's this one. Now, I'm not going to show it to you. Keep those likes coming. When we hit 300, you'll get another picture right here. Let's go to the next one here. Brett wants to know, good morning, Joe. Kyler, if he starts, or Russell Wilson? I think Russell Wilson regardless. If Kyler is really this questionable, I understand last week wasn't pretty when it came to Russell Wilson, but I think at home, another week back, maybe a little bit more comfortable. You take the elements away, the cold outside that, the finger issue. I think that's a better scenario for Russell Wilson. Like Kyler Murray's been very frustrating. He's the better player, but I don't think he can go that route. Rich T wants to know, Jefferson or Barkley in a standard league flex? I would be starting Justin Jefferson. That's for sure. Barkley first game back against the Tampa Bay run defense. I love Saquon, but Justin Jefferson's elite, and I'm not taking an elite player out for Saquon Barkley right now. Angela wants to know, hi, Joe. Hi, Angela. How are you? Ayuk or Bateman? Now, with the situation going on, if Lamar Jackson plays, then it's Bateman, especially with Hollywood out. It's a great scenario for him. But that's seeming like with every passing minute to be more of a potential bust here. So Ayuk would be the guy then to pivot to. So keep a close eye on this. If Lamar is in, Bateman's in. That's how I feel. I will ride or die even if Lamar is not feeling well, all that stuff. If he says he can go, I will take my shot with Bateman, especially with Hollywood Brown out. Ayuk, on the other hand, I know is going to be fighting in there with Debo and with Kittle, but he's an okay option if you have to pivot that way. Travis wants to know. Here we go. Travis's question is this: Mark Ingram or Montgomery, half PPR? Look, it's Montgomery. Come on now. let's be honest. It's when did Mark Ingram all of a sudden become David Montgomery? I mean, have you watched Mark Ingram run the football in the last couple of years? I don't care if he's the only guy in the backfield left. I don't care. Give me David Montgomery every single time. And look, I'm drinking out of my New England Patriots cup in honor of Chris today, making him feel good. Let's get to the next question here from Nick. Nick's one is sit one PPR. Lockett, Bateman, or Carter? I'm going to sit Bateman because of the unknown variable. Start Lockett. Start Carter for the touches. Lockett for some upside, and I think we're good. Roy is up next. Superflex PPR League. Wentz or Wilson is what we're looking for here. Wentz or Wilson. This one's a little trickier. That Bills defense is very good. I think that Indianapolis Colts might surprise you, but I think in terms of a fantasy investment, Wilson's safer. So give me that safer investment. Now, Chris, I don't know how many likes we're up to right now, but if we get to 300, you'll get another picture of the youth of Joey P. So we're at 218. We got every 300. I will give you another school picture from Joe Pisapia's youth. I was look. I can describe this outfit to you as extremely 1987, and I will explain the hair to you as Lego-esque. That's all I'm going to tell you. I know that's hard to believe when you see this dome here, but you keep those likes coming, like this video, and you will get to see this next picture here. Let's see if we can get up to the 300. Every 300, another picture will be revealed. Fabian is up next. Hey, Joe. Thanks for the show. You're welcome, Fabian. It's kind of my job, too. They kind of make me do this. At least Chris does. Need a wide receiver and a flex. Half PPR. Antonio Gibson, Jeff Wilson, Jalen Waddle, Deontay Johnson, or T. Higgins. Where are we going here? Okay, so I need a wide receiver and a flex. So the wide receiver, to me, I mean, Roethlisberger's playing Deontay Johnson is a cut above those other guys. It just is. Now, Waddle's real close. That's for sure. So this is a tricky one because these are all really good options. So Yeah, this is a good team. You should have these kind of problems. I would look at the rest of your lineup. I would definitely start Deontay Johnson. And then you can either go with the carries of Gibson or Wilson. Now, Wilson has a much better matchup against Jacksonville. Slightly unknown how much workload. But if we look back last year, the workload for Wilson was very strong, 20 carries. Now, Gibson had 24 last week. It is a tough defense here against Carolina. So that's my one hesitation. If you need to play the matchup, play Wilson and Deontay Johnson. If you just need to lock in some safe points, let go of both these running backs in the PPR and just play Waddle and Johnson. I think that would be the safest. It's a half PPR, so you have that little touchdown equity factor. I think Wilson against Jacksonville is personally how I would go. I think he kind of gives you the best of all worlds there. Uh, oh, oh my goodness, is that true? Oh my goodness, we have hit our first 300, which means I will reveal this picture. Now, this picture is definitely fourth grade. Now, I am wearing a tie, much like I am today, just to show you that Joey P always had class. So here you go, fourth grade Joey P with the hair helmet. Oh my goodness, this is not a great picture. Why am I wearing suspenders? I don't know, but I'm somewhere between casual with the unbuttoned top button, but I still got the tie and rocking the suspenders. Why my mom made me wear this and why I'm out in the forest with my hands on a log, I'll never know. But there you go. Every time you like this video, when we get to another 300 likes, you will get another one. Now, this next one, oh, this next one, this is a doozy. For those of you who call me the Godfather, you're not going to want to miss this one. But you have to get to 600 likes to see it. Let's get to more of your questions here. Dunkin' Donuts, great name. Morning, Joe. Morning, Duncan. Starting two here. Ingram, Carter, Jeffrey Wilson, full point PPR. Definitely going to Wilson here. And I'm going with Carter because I just feel more confident in Carter as a running back at this point. Mark Ingram is, 3 yards in a cloud of dust at the best at this point. And Mark Ingram might have a great game. It's possible. Anything is possible in the NFL. We've learned that this year in the hard way. But if I'm going to put my best foot forward here, I'm going to put it against Jeffrey Wilson Jr. and Michael Carter. That's the way I would go. Jason's question is Mark Ingram or Jeffrey Wilson? That seems to be the only question everybody has. Jeffrey Wilson's the where I'm going here. Again, playing the better offense, good matchup against Jacksonville, has touchdown equity, showed you last year he can handle the rock for 20 carries. I'm all in, baby. I got Jeffrey Wilson in some wonderful DFS lineups this week that I'm playing because he gives you that budget relief a little bit to go up to the top of the board for Tyreek Hill. So keep those likes coming, everybody. Fast and Furious. Last week we got up to 1,300. I'd like to get to 1,500. If we do, this picture can be yours if the like is right. Oh, and let me tell you, it is worth it. It is worth it. All right, next one here is Robinson or Ingram. I know with the Robinson injury, we're all kind of waiting. He's going to play today. So I'm going to go with Robinson because if Robinson's good enough to start, I'm playing Robinson. He is a low-end RB1. Mark Ingram is off the trash heap. Mark Ingram is not Alvin Kamara. What are we doing here? If you have to start Mark Ingram, okay, I get it. Like if you have the entire Philadelphia Eagles backfield and Mark Ingram, I would start Mark Ingram because I don't know what's going on with the Philadelphia Eagles backfield, and that matchup sucks. But come on, let's be honest here. Nathan is up next. Nathan in PPR. Mike Williams or Devontae Smith? You know what? Devontae Smith, I'm going to play the trend. Last 2 weeks, really good. New Orleans gives up a ton of yardage against, in terms of air yards, I should say. Smith is really comfortable these last 2 weeks with the playbook, starting to find himself a little bit in the NFL. You could throw the ball on the New Orleans Saints. Mike Williams has been up and down, more down lately. Give me the trend. Give me Deontay Smith. Let's go. Scotty wants to know, half-point PPR, Antonio Gibson at Carolina or Michael Carter versus Miami. I'm going to go with Gibson. I liked the workload last week. And I think Washington's going to give Carolina all they can handle this week. I think Ron Rivera knows the weaknesses, and they are many when it comes to Cam Newton. I think it's going to be fascinating to see. So I think Antonio Gibson might surprise you in this game. Certainly the better talent. Michael Carter is a nice player, but give me Gibson in this one. I don't know what Joe Flacco's got in the tank. I really don't. So we have a like count right now. I'm not sure where we are. Chris, you want to update me? Are we close to the 600 yet? What are we doing here, people? Look, I'm giving you gold here, people. All you got to do is like this video and you will get another picture of Joey P's youth. It's very simple. Just click that little like button. I've got a whole bunch. We got a stack here, bro. We got a stack of photos. We got so many here. They are gold. But I'm telling you, I'm not giving any more away for free. Let's go with the next question here. John, So you aren't always bald. No, John, I wasn't, as you learned from that last picture. I was not always bald. I had an incredible hair helmet at one time. It was amazing. It was huge, and it grew out more than it grew down. So I had an Italian afro of sorts. It was pretty awesome. All right, next year's PJ, Russell Wilson or Cam Newton. Russell Wilson. I understand ugly fantasy points are fun, and Cam Newton's certainly capable of that. But you know what? I am going to pump the brakes with all the Cam Newton hype that's going on, because I watched Cam Newton play quarterback last year, and it was not fun. Give me Russell Wilson. Sorry, I can't look myself in the mirror Monday. And I sat Russell Wilson and played Cam Newton, and Cam Newton had a terrible game, and Russell Wilson was Russell Wilson. Just can't do it, won't do it. It's not how I roll. Better or worse, that's what we're doing. Next year is James T. Kirk. My God, Mike Williams or Emmanuel Sanders. That is the question James T. Kirk is asking me. I'm going to go with Emmanuel Sanders, actually, believe it or not, in this one. Don't tell Tan Harris I said that, please, because every time I say something nice about Emmanuel Sanders, he likes to start chirping at me. So, I'm going to take Sanders. I think he's got a good game in him today. Next is Tyler. He wants to know Foreman or Mooney. Now, I understand. I'm excited about Foreman. I know why everybody else is. Y'all should be excited about Foreman. But at the same time, I think we're more excited about Mooney. Mooney's been Justin Fields' favorite guy. Allen Robinson's health, clearly an issue. And you can throw the ball in the Baltimore Ravens. We've seen it all year long. We saw Cincinnati do it. We've seen pretty much everybody do it, basically. Now, I think that Mooney's still the way I would go. Foreman, it would be great if he had a breakout game, even if it was just against Houston. But you can't bank on that yet, because we've seen a lot of good things in theory not come to fruition this season. That we should have been doing X, coach should have been doing X. Instead, we get the Y result all the time. And I think from a fantasy perspective, you put your best foot forward. Now, the only caveat is if it's a standard league, I would say Foreman. But in a half or even a full point PPR, give me Mooney. Next is Michael L. Wants to know T. Higgins or Terry McLaurin in the half. Secondary for Carolina's been pretty solid this year, so give me T. Higgins against the Raiders. Not that the Raiders are bad defensively, they're not. But lately, they've gotten chewed up a little bit, especially after that last week, certainly against the Kansas City Chiefs. Next year on the dock, SOS. 5-5, I need a win. Pick one for full PPR. Gaskin, Bateman, or Beasley. Well, Beasley's the safest guy. Bateman, I would prefer to play if Lamar's playing. So if Lamar's in, again, I keep going. If Lamar's in, Bateman's in because Hollywood's out. I just think that's a good set of circumstances. And Gaskin, I just don't trust, even against the Jets. And that's sad. If I can't trust you against the Jets, who can I trust you against? Very difficult set of circumstances. But Beasley would be the safe one. Just play your points and get out. Michael B., Deontay Johnson, or Alex Collins. Ooh, you know what? I understand your temptation. Alex Collins is the only guy in the backfield. Arizona's D's pretty good. I'm going to go with Deontay Johnson, though. I want the volume. I want the points. DJ gives me that. He has some touchdown equity as well, especially even with Claypool back in the lineup. I don't care. Still, DJ is good for potential touchdown. Sean Dixon, full point PPR. Bateman, Mooney, or Gallup. Now, Gallup is an interesting one today, especially with Cooper out. I would play the total and play Gallup because he's got the best quarterback here, which is Dak Prescott, throwing the football, right? He's a healthy quarterback too. Lamar's not healthy. So I roll the dice with Gallup. It is risky. I take the opportunity. And good news here for all you CH people, he is back on the field today. So that is just official now. He got that clearance that was leaning towards that way. And now CH is going to play this week. Hooray! Rejoice, kind of, sort of. I don't know how you can start him. It's kind of a tough situation. Next here is Oakley. Oakley McLean. What a great name. Oakley McLean. Sounds like a gunfighter from the Old West. Saquon or Ingram. Full PPR. Now, I know we're still kind of waiting for the exact heads up, but it feels like Saquon's going to play. Saquon's a superior talent. I'm going to roll the dice with Saquon because Mark Ingram is just blah. And I drafted Saquon or I traded for Saquon for this moment, the moment where he's back and playing. And I know it's not a good matchup, and I know you got to wait and it makes you nervous. Now, if you're in a situation where you just can't wait and you can't take that risk, that's different. You play Ingram, you get 10, 12 points, you're fine. But Barkley's got 15, 16 in him. Even if he's limited, I think he's got that kind of potential, even against that defense. So give me Saquon, unless you absolutely positively cannot, wait to find out. And the rest of your lineup is already a tragedy, and you had a bunch of Falcons, and it's terrible. Maybe that's a scenario. Sebastian wants to know Waddle, Cooks, Thielen, or Devontae Smith. All right. So let's see. Waddle, Cooks, Thielen, or Devontae Smith, full point PPR. Oh, this is tricky. There's a lot of good options here. I mean, Waddle's been the target monster. Cooks, I think, will have a good game. Thielen a little touchdown dependent at this point, and Devontae Smith, who's been on a good trend, but I trust the quarterback a little less. I'm going to go with Waddle and not overthink it, because that's where I have him in my rankings too. Smith is real close, though. Smith and Waddle real close here. But I think I would still go with Waddle. Juan Mendoza, Tua, Rodgers, or Carr. I'm going to go with Rodgers in the big game against the Minnesota Vikings. I think you go with Rodgers here. You roll the dice. I know last week wasn't looking so good. Now, I can't believe last week we got all of those likes on this video. So many likes for me just putting my tie around my head. And I'm offering you, once again, if you like this video, just click on it. Once we get to 600, you get another Joey P picture from his youth. Now, I thought this was going to be gangbusters today. I thought you would love me embarrassing myself here publicly for your pleasure. And believe me, there's pictures with hair here. So you want to see what that looks like? I've got them, but come on. We got to push this number. I don't know where the number is now. It's got to be close to 600, I imagine. 518. Come on, everybody. 518. Let's go. Just click that little button and then you can get another picture here. Again, right here. The way I would describe this as very much potentially a picture of me right before I go ask a favor on the Godfather's wedding day. It is, I'm wearing a rose in my lapel. Need I say more? Do you want to see the rose in my lapel? Like the video if you want to see it. All right, next here is Pedro. Pedro wants to know Dak or Brady. I think either one is a good play this week. I'm going to go with Dak, though. I'm going to go with Dak against that Kansas City D because I just don't trust them. Brady's probably a very good play also, but I'm going to go with Dak. You should trade one of these guys, too. What's that, Chris? 602. I'm a man of my word. I'm going to do one more question, and then I will give you another Joey P picture. Dave LeBlanc wants to know, with Kamara out, Gaskin or Pollard? I'm going to go Pollard. Again, play the total. Play the total. That's where I'm going. All right. You gave me another 300 likes, so I'm going to give you this picture. This is Joey P's first communion. Look at this guy. Oh, my goodness. Look at him wearing the suit, rocking it out. I'm going to try not to get too much. Oh, my God. The hair helmet is strong here. I've got my little book here with all my little prayers. And I don't know what the hell is tied to my arm. I don't know what that is. Don't ask me why. And why am I standing in front of the curtain? Yeah, obviously I had some sort of wound, as Chris was saying. I might have gotten stabbed on the way to church, and I had to get a tourniquet. But clearly, this is something. Look at the hair helmet on this guy. Oh my goodness! Look at that! Look at that! I was cute once upon a time, and also the hand in the pocket, looking pretty cool there. And why I'm standing in front of a red curtain like it's the Muppet Show that's going to go on before. I have no idea why. But this next one is vintage. How you doing, high school Joey P? Oh, we're going to jump around. That's right. How you doing, high school Joey P, when we get to 900 likes? 900 likes. If you want to see this, definitely how you doing, ladies man, in this next picture. But again, got to have the likes to see it. That's how I roll. All right, next here is who we got here. We've got Peter. Peter says, good morning, Joey P. Good morning, my friend Peter. T. Higgins or Waddle in the PPR. These are two great options. I will look at my rankings to give you my definitive answer because I'm sure I have these guys basically back to back. But it is super close, without a doubt. I've got Jalen Waddle at 16 and Higgins a little lower than that. So it's going to be Jalen Waddle. Give me Jalen Waddle here in this one. Again, he's like the only guy. Jets trash defense. So let's move on there. But that's a good option. All right, next is David Martinez, Schultz or Arnold. Arnold is the safer play. Take your points and get out. Schultz has more touchdown equity by far in this game today. So if you need upside, you play Schultz and you take the downside along with it and you roll the dice. If you just need your points and get out and play it safe, definitely Dan Arnold. Ben, Hawkinson or Gesicki? No, Hawkinson. You can't play Hawkinson today. And look who's playing quarterback for the Detroit Lions. You feel confident in that? No. Gesicki. Gesicki's earned it anyway. Next is Evan, Miami or Buffalo defense. That Buffalo D's earned my respect. So even though Miami has a cookie matchup, I'm still going to take that Buffalo D. All right, a lot of questions about Bateman. So let's talk about Bateman a little bit and just kind of give you a heads up. Once again, if Bateman is getting Lamar Jackson on the field, Bateman is playable. He is in that wide receiver 3 category. That's where he is right now. I have Bateman right now, as I've adjusted my rankings for all the stuff with the Michael Gallup situation right now, I've got Gallup ahead of him, Cooks ahead of him, Higgins, Lockett, DJ Moore all ahead of him. I think I've got Mike Williams here ahead of him as well. After that, it becomes Bateman or Jarvis Landry, Bateman or Elijah Moore. And I can tell you this right now, all those guys like Landry, Elijah Moore are very good starts this week. Emmanuel Sanders, a good start this week. I think with the way we're a little tenuous right now with this situation with Rashad Bateman, it's getting more and more likely that we're going to have to drop him down in the rankings. And you're going to get more into that conversation of Rashad Bateman or Robbie Anderson. And I think if no Lamar, you play Robbie Anderson, you play Ayuk, you play Brian Edwards, you play and you hope to get somebody out of there. But if Lamar's in, you got to take the shot. You got to roll the dice. Bateman's too talented. And it's more so the circumstance with Hollywood Brown out today. But if you have to start Emmanuel Sanders or Landry or Mike Williams or any of those guys today because you just don't want to roll the dice, that's fine too. That's perfectly fine. Next here, what do we got? What do we got here? Let's get Ed, half PPR, Terry McLaurin, T. Higgins, Darrell Williams. I would still live and die with McLaurin even with the tough matchup there because he's Terry McLaurin. Just phenomenal talent. Higgins is a nice play. He's probably safer. But Terry McLaurin's definitely the better play, and I think I'd rather go down. Just out now. Lamar Jackson is out. So now we put that strategy in. That strategy? It is. It's a tragedy and a strategy at the same time. It's a strategy. I just made a new word up here. And by the way, now that we can recap where he's going to be in my rankings now, I have Rashad Bateman all the way at wide receiver 41 this week. So we're talking about Tyler Boyd, Kadarius Toney, Kenny Golladay, probably in that range of wide receivers. And I would probably start Toney and Tyler Boyd and even Golladay over him. So Lamar Jackson looks like he is going to be out. And Tyler Huntley is going to start, which is awful, terrible. No good. That's for sure. Very depressing here. So we have to update with Lamar Jackson too. Now looking at Lamar, obviously Mark Andrews, that becomes a very tenuous start. So let's talk about the ripple effect there. In terms of tight ends for Gesicki, I would start over Mark Andrews. Darren Waller, I would start over Mark Andrews. Hawkinson is now a tricky one. Both have backup quarterbacks. Dan Arnold, Conklin, Freiermuth, Knox, Schultz. Everybody's a cluster right now. They're all real close. Mark Andrews, I would probably keep ahead of Hawkinson. I will keep Dan Arnold below those guys for now, and Conklin and Freiermuth still for now below them. But that is a big blow with the Lamar Jackson news. That's definitely something to keep in mind here as we're making our lineups. Let's get back to your questions. And remember, keep those likes coming because as you get the likes in, you get another photo of Joey P. This one's high school, so we're going to jump from communion to high school, Joey P. That is a good time, I can tell you. Let's get it up there to 900 likes. That's the next threshold to get another picture. And I got a whole book of these things. Let me tell you. We've got a whole book of these things. They are embarrassing. They're hilarious. Who knows what the backgrounds are too? I can't promise you laser backgrounds, but they might be. All right, next here up on the docket, we have Daryl. Daryl wants to know, Foreman or Gibson? In the standard league, I still go with Gibson. Foreman's got to prove it. And if he proves it, awesome. Now you have another piece there that you like in your lineup potentially going forward. But I can't sit Gibson for Foreman now. I haven't seen it yet. It looks good. It should be good. It doesn't mean it will be good. We have to play Gibson for now. Panthers or Ravens D? I'm going to go with the Panthers D here. They have earned my respect over the Ravens D that still gives up way too much yardage in the air. Sal wants to know, Alex Collins, CEH, or Pollard? I'll go with the guy who's got the backfield to himself and Alex Collins, even though it's gross. Andrew Nickel, Traquan Smith, or Brian Edwards? Traquan actually, I think, is a little safer. Edwards has more upside. So take a look at what you need. Make your adjustments there. Next is JJ. JJ wants to know, help, 5-5, Mike Williams or Kirk? Mike Williams. Mike Williams over Christian Kirk. Don't trust Christian Kirk and don't love what's going on there with the quarterback situation. Nicky Shore, a lot of injuries, he says. David Johnson or Cedric Wilson. That is a lot of injuries. Yikes. I'll go roll the dice with David Johnson, who I think will touch the football more. That's it. And also I remind everybody, make sure you like the channel here and subscribe to Fantasy Pros. And when you do subscribe to our channel here, you can win an Amari Cooper autographed jersey. This is how you do it. Subscribe to the YouTube channel of Fantasy Pros. Click that little notifications bell. Ask a question of Kyle Yates in the 12 o'clock Eastern hour. And some lucky fan, could be you, could win that autographed Amari Cooper jersey. That's all you got to do. So make sure you get in on that while the getting's good. And I want to remind everybody, like this video, when we get up to 900 likes, you get another picture of Joey P embarrassing himself from his youth. It's good times. Everybody loves a funny old picture of themselves. And yes, I had hair. Now it's not going yet in this picture. Maybe a little bit on the side. You can start to see where it might be starting to go. But it's still glorious in this picture, believe me. All right, next here is Andrew Fitzgerald wants to know, if Lamar is out, do I start Dan Arnold over Andrews? I think you can. If you just don't want to take that variable, I don't have a problem with that. I think that's a wise move. If you just want to, like I said, you get your 12 PPR and you get out, that's fine at tight end. It's fine. I'm telling you, it's okay. This is a safe place. Next is Shauna. Shauna wants to know, Herbert or Brady? It's Brady. Brady against the Giants. Let's go. Herbert's been a little lately. And Brady, after that loss, Brady after a loss is Brady on on a mission on a warpath. Cam wants to know, should I start Dallas Goedert over Jamal Agnew in half PPR? I would start Agnew. I like the way they get him the football. He seems to be the lone weapon you can really feel good about besides James Robinson. So give me Jamal Agnew here. Nathan wants to know, Foreman or Collins? And again, just to confirm, yes, indeed, Tyler Huntley is going to start today. And of course, you can follow us, get our news app over Fantasy Pros, and make sure from the Apple Play, Apple Play, I made them one place. From the Apple Store or Google Play, you can get our Fantasy Pros app with the news that constantly filters in. We're updating you guys. I would play Jamal Agnew there. Nathan is next here. Foreman or Collins? This is a closer one. I will still go with Collins. Once again, it's gross. If you're 8 and whatever, right? You're feeling good about yourself. You're 8 and 2. You want to have some fun and play Foreman? I ain't mad at you. I think Collins is probably the safer play this week still. And I hope that we don't have this conversation. I hope Deonta Foreman looks great, and then going forward, you can play him. That's what I hope for you and for me and for all of us. But you haven't seen it yet, so until you really see the full workload, it's hard to gauge. Cole Johnson, Devontae Smith, or Bateman? It's Devontae Smith. It's not even close now. Justin Wright, Cam Newton, or Russell Wilson? Still Russell Wilson, Justin. Still Russell Wilson. Scotty D, hey Joe, Standard League, Pat Frymuth, or Tyler Conklin? Ooh, this is close. Fryermuth, because he is that guy that Ben Roethlisberger looks for. So many options there, so many ways. I think between Thielen, between Cook, between Justin Jefferson, I just think there's a lot more options there right now. It feels like when they get to the red zone, it feels very much like the Steelers just want to look for Pat Fryermuth, and that's what Ben Roethlisberger wants to do. So I would go Fryermuth, but it's very close. They're right next to each other. Joe wants to know, someone dropped Darrell Williams. Is he worth stashing? Well, it depends on who you have to drop, but yeah, why not? You can never have enough running backs. I think we've learned that. And what if CEH has a setback today? You mean, is that out of the realm of possibility? No. So if you can afford it, if you have 2 defenses on your bench or something else you don't need, yeah, why not? John wants to know, Barkley or Gaskin? Barkley. I will ride or die with Barkley's up and down play with his talent over Myles Gaskin. Not going to do it to myself. Luke wants to know, Gronk, Knox, or Hawkinson? Give me Dawson Knox here. Hopefully this next week back here, he's a little healthier. High Knee. Hi, Joe. Hello, High Knee. My knee wants to know, in PPR, I need a running back between Carter and Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson, matchup against Jacksonville. Let's go. Hopefully he gets a touchdown. Michael Lewis, Superflex, PPR. Tyrod Taylor, Mark Andrews, Brandon Ayuk, need one. Taylor, played the quarterback. Rushing equity. He's always got the rushing equity. That's a good thing. Probably playing from behind. Coming off a bye. Already did come back from the injury a couple weeks ago. Shook the dust off a little bit. And there was plenty of dust. But Taylor for me. In the Superflex, if I can play a quarterback, even a low one, I will. Refreshing. And you know what else is refreshing? Likes on this video. So you give us more likes on this video and we will absolutely show you another picture. Again, this one is, I want to say 11th grade Joey P. When we get to 900 likes. We're at 764. Is that true? Bro. People, don't you want to see this picture? Don't you want to see the 90s style that I am rocking in this photo? It is 90s style. Let me tell you. All you got to do is click that little thumbs up. And another picture can be yours from Joey P's youth. Let's see what we can do here. Next up, Jacob, DJ Moore, Michael Pittman in the flex. Man, this is a tough one because the matchup for Pittman is not great. And DJ Moore, we don't know what's going to go on with him and Cam Newton. I will say this. I will go Oppo and play the Oppo matchup with Pittman because I trust Pittman and Wentz more. It is a very tough matchup. Pittman's very talented. I will go ahead and roll the dice with that. And I know that sounds crazy, but I think that's the way I go. I don't trust Cam Newton throwing the football. Amanda would like to know, full PPR, desperate for a wide receiver, Crowder or Marcus Johnson need the upside. Well, with Flacco, it wouldn't surprise me if Crowder had more upside, to tell you the truth. So I will go with Crowder there. Neither of these guys scream upside. Johnson had some moments last week, but I don't know if they're going to carry over this week. That defense is pretty tough. I am not impressed by the Miami defense. I don't care what they did last week. Nathan is next. Hey, Joe, half PPR, Pollard or Murray? Pollard, play the total, play the talent. Murray stinks. Baltimore is down to their backup quarterback. Trillo, full PPR, Ingram or Devontae Smith? Devontae Smith, don't overthink these things, especially in PPR. Play the wide receiver who's good. So the old running back. Tyler Hurley, Gibson or Jeffrey Wilson? This one's closer. This one's very close. I still would lean Antonio Gibson off of what I saw last week. Jeffrey Wilson's not a bad option. If you've had it with Gibson, I think this is very close. Flip a coin. Gibson's the coin for me. Griffin is up. Griffin says, morning, Joe. Morning, Griffin. Pick one, Mooney, Tony, or Watkins. Mooney, not close. I'd love Tony to be great, but I have zero faith in the Giants. Watkins, drop Watkins, please. Go pick up somebody useful. Mooney is solid. I like Mooney. Again, speaking of likes, like the video, and you will get the side-by-side comparison of this photo of the then and now of Joey P and how much I've aged. When I was 17, it was a very good year. It was a very good year for a lot of hair. And sorry, those times have gone. But, I like to think that I'm ageless now. I never go out of style. I'm the little black dress of fantasy analysts. That's right. Oh, Chris loved that metaphor. Loves the metaphor. And again, give a like to this video because Chris is dying right now. Chris is so sick and he's sitting here trying so hard to get through listening to me for an hour. Imagine you're sick. You're trying to soldier through work and you have to listen to me for an hour straight. Please, just like the video for that. Please. All right, let's go to the next thing here. Greg, Tua, Cam, or Fields? Help me. Lamar's out. I'm going to go with Tua against the Jets. That's where I'm going. I don't trust Cam. I would like to trust Fields. I would like to. But I'm going to take the easy way out with Tua here and just try. Next is Jackie Lee, Sanders or Pollard. Pollard, what is this cluster of the Eagles? I don't know. You don't know. None of us know. I know what Pollard is. I don't know what Sanders is. And I don't like Sanders and I don't like any Eagles guys against that New Orleans front this week. No. Squirrel 13, Cousins or Carr. Give me Cousins for this week. And give me Cousins rest of the season. I just trust Cousins' weapons more. Better weapons, better pizza, Papa Joe's. That's what you got. Give me Cousins. All right, Royal versus Royal V, I should say. Johnson or Gaskin. Now, look, you got to help me out here because you can't just say Williams or Johnson anymore. There's too many Johnsons and Williamses. You need to be more specific, but I could tell you pretty much any Johnson over Gaskin. I don't know which Johnson you're talking about. If it's Deontay, then it's Deontay. Deep runner, full PPR, Cooks or Waddle in the flex. I'll go with Waddle here just because I like the offense a little bit better. Chris Parsley, standard, need a floor, Gaskin or Foreman? Foreman. How can we trust Gaskin? If we looked at this game log, it's atrocious. And Ahmed gets some stuff. Get the Johnson activated today, I think, too. I mean, it's crazy stuff going on there, Miami. Crazy stuff. Evan H wants to know, Tannehill, Carr, Newton, or Tua. These are a lot of options here. I assume we're plucking somebody off the waiver wire. It's Tannehill against Houston. That's where we're going to go. Again, let's just try to keep it simple, give ourselves the best chance, on paper at least. I know you can light paper on fire sometimes this year, but still, let's try. Dylan Rooney with Jackson and Brown out. Do I start Andrews? No, not if you can avoid it. Conklin, you can do it. You can go with Freiermuth. You can go with Dan Arnold. You can go with all those options. If you're looking at the waiver wire, I would say I don't think I would start Cole Kmet over Andrews still. It's very close, but if you did, I ain't mad at you. Ertz, probably rostered in your league. It's tough right now. I mean, you're probably handcuffed to Andrews at this point, but if you have Knox, Freiermuth, Conklin, Dan Arnold, and you don't want to take that shot, by all means, take him out. Let's get to 900 likes. Like the video. You get another picture. You know the deal here. And make sure you subscribe to Fantasy Pros. Again, we're doing, the theme today is pictures of Joey P's youth. Me is just a lad. It's just a boy. This one, I am a young man. So we've shown you the Godfather communion picture. We have shown you kindergarten Joey P, and now we can show you high school Joey P. Oh, is that what we want to see? The two they've missed. Okay, all right, Chris. So here's one you missed already. Oh, look at me. So adorable. In the woods, back to nature. See, even then I was a naturalist back then. And then, of course, you got this one as well already with Joey P. Look at that. Look at me. Again, why I have that stupid sash on my arm, I don't know. It's some sort of communion pageant, apparently. But whatever. So another picture right here for you. Keep those likes coming. You can make it possible. It's like a telethon I'm running here today. All right, next here up, we've got who do we got here? Keith. Let's talk to Keith. Wilson Jr., Tony, or Elijah Moore, full PPR. And thanks Keith for the love. I love being here. I'm glad you love the show. Appreciate you, Keith Cleveland. I think Wilson Jr. has a really steady floor. I would probably take the floor of the running back touching the football, even though it's a full point PPR. Elijah Moore is very tempting. We haven't seen him with Flacco yet. There's a little unknown. Could be better. Tony, I don't know. The Giants don't like to be good at football, so therefore they don't like to get Kadarius Toney the football enough. So Wilson for me. Let's just play Wilson. Next is Jonathan. Jonathan C. Ayuk or down to Foreman as my second flex, full PPR. Yuck. It could be worse. I think I go with Foreman for the touches of the football because Ayuk, I'm not sure. You know, you got Kittle back, you got Debo healthy. I'd love to say Ayuk, but I think this is where I start to draw that line and say, give me the touches of Foreman, and maybe, just maybe against Houston, you get lucky, breaks a big one for a touchdown. Next up here, Jacob Glazer, half PPR, Waddle or Gallup. Waddle's the safer play. I love the upside of Gallup, but I can't take it over the floor of Waddle. And Waddle's got equal upside too. Chulo, Gaskin, Gibson, David Montgomery, Jeffrey Wilson in DFS. Now this is interesting. It depends on what site you're playing on right here. In DFS, I'm definitely going with Jeffrey Wilson because Jeffrey Wilson this week gives me that cheap salary. I think he's in that 5K range on DK this week. He's pretty cheap over on FanDuel as well. I've got him in some lineups. It lets you go up to Nick Chubb today, which is a great thing. You can get Jeffrey Wilson in a lineup, and you can get Chubb and Tyreek Hill and CeeDee Lamb without that much work. Okay, so you can really make that work today. Lydia says, good morning. Good morning, Lydia. Alex Collins, Adrian Peterson, or Zach Moss in a half PPR. Give me Collins. He's got the backfield to himself. Let's take that route. Clearer cut. It ain't pretty. We'll see if we can get Alex Collins some touches. Maybe he falls in the end zone and we're happy. Colby Colston, full point PPR. Lockett or James Robinson. James Robinson for the touches. Lockett's too up and down. Speaking of up and down, give that like. And again, when we get to 900, we're getting so close. So close. And you will get this picture. I guess people don't like high school Joey P. They want early, young, cute Joey P. And maybe, just maybe, in this book here that we have, we've got some more of those. Oh, do we? Oh, let's look through here. Oh, second grade Joey P is good. Third grade Joey P's hair helmet is astounding. There might even be a chubby ear in here where Joey got little chubs. But again, you can't see them unless you get the likes. Oh, maybe even a baseball picture here. Oh, you want to see Joey P's baseball card? I know you do. 901. Oh, that pushed it. So when we get to that next threshold, maybe it's the baseball card one. Here you go, high school Joey P. How you doing, huh? What are you doing? You want to go to a football game Friday night? Maybe hang out at the diner after, huh? Look at this guy. What happened? What happened? Look at that simple, youthful face with so much life ahead of him. Look at this. And now look at me. Look at what's become of all of us. That's okay. But yeah, this is classic 90s, rocking the blue flannel, white shirt. This look is back too. My daughters are all wearing the flannels with the thermals underneath. It's so 1994 out there right now. It's awesome. And it looks cool. And they're rocking the Doc Martin boots and stuff like that. Old school. So the next picture, I promise you, from this will be a picture from the youth when we get to 1,200 likes. We've got 15 minutes left. Now, time is ticking. If you want to see Joey P, and you can comment there in the sections which one you want. You want second grade Joey P. You want baseball card Joey P. Whatever Joey P you want, we can do that for you. We can even give you a baseball card Joey P. I'll tell you, maybe there's a couple baseball cards in here. Who knows? I don't know if the stats are in there. But there's only one way to find out. And you will get another Joey P youth picture with another 300 likes. It's very simple. Let's get this bad boy over 1,000. It's a team effort. Let's keep pumping this, and we'll pump your questions here as well. Next here on the docket, we just answered Colby's question, so let's get to Ross here. Ross has a standard question. Tannehill or Russell Wilson? I'll play Tannehill. Great matchup. You don't have to worry about the Russell Wilson situation here because Tannehill is against Houston, so just try it, and you might like it. Just try it. Shane Edwards, Agnew or Marcus Johnson? I would still go with Agnew, even short-term and long-term, because I just like the way that they're using him in this offense. It's been really kind of dynamic and fun. Next here is Eric. Another Agnew question. Agnew or Ayuk in the standard league? Agnew. I think Agnew brings you a little bit more touchdown upside, big play upside today in this game. D Live. Adam Thielen, Terry McLaurin, Michael Pittman Jr. Adam Thielen theoretically is the safest play here because of matchups, but I'm still going to play Terry McLaurin or Pittman because I can't just downgrade wide receiver all the time. I'm going to go with Terry McLaurin still. I know that's kind of weird, but I think McLaurin is that mixture of talent, alpha wide receiver, need. Not a great matchup. Pittman's matchup is even worse. Adam Thielen, again, you just don't know. I can't take a 0. I can't take a 4. Can't do that. Ace of Spades with Lamar out. Devontae Freeman over Carter. Or Carter, I should say. You know, it's funny. I think they have to run the football a lot more with Freeman, with him being out. Not necessarily a bad thing. I think I kind of lean towards Freeman, but this is very close. Freeman and Carter, to me, are probably right next to each other, so I don't think there's a problem here. And again, we're running out of time here for the likes. So if you want to get this bad boy to 1,200 and you want another picture, again, some amazing pictures we've already seen. We've seen Joey in the woods. We've seen Joey in his mob days when he was working for the mob. There you go. Look at him. So cute there. We've seen high school Joey P. Very good look here. Very, very cool, obviously. You know, super cool. Most likely to wear a flannel shirt to high school, Joey P. And, of course, another one from this magical book of my youth with hair can be yours if you like this video. So get in there. Start liking like crazy. Maybe in the next 10 minutes we can squeeze in one more. Maybe if we get to 1,200. All right. Next here is John. Pollard or Foreman? Foreman is in the standard. I would go with Foreman. In the half PPR, I might go with Foreman. In the regular full PPR, I would go with Pollard. Pollard still has that explosiveness, and that total I think is not going to disappoint today. So that's the way I would rank it. It's more format dependent than anything. Diego, morning. Corey Davis or Terry McLaurin? Terry McLaurin. I can't start Corey Davis. I'm sorry. I just can't do it. Not over Terry McLaurin. If it's wrong, it's wrong. I'll live with that. Tyler Starbuck. My man Joe. My man Tyler. Standard League. Flex spot. Adam Thielen, DJ Moore, Myles Gaskin. Gaskin, he gone. So we need Adam. Give me Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen over DJ Moore today. Give me the better quarterback. Let's play the quarterback situation. Michael Lewis wants to know Wilson or Ingram. Once again, I went on my big Jeffrey Wilson Jr. Rant. So Wilson it is over Ingram. Edwin, half point PPR. Gibson or DJ Moore? Gibson, give me the touches. Give me the guarantee. DJ Moore's a wonderful player. What is he with Cam Newton? I don't know. You don't know. None of us know. None of us know. I know Ron Rivera knows the things that Cam Newton does well and doesn't do well. That I do know. We'll see. We'll see just how good Cam Newton really is this week. Flyfish. And keep this in mind. Cam Newton didn't get them to the goal line area. Yeah, right? Christian McCaffrey got the. Let's not laud Cam Newton's greatness just because he threw for a 2-yard touchdown and rushed in a touchdown. Now, yeah, he could probably do that again today, but he's got to get there if he's running the offense. He's got to get there today. Flyfish, 2 QB league. Pick up or start Tyler Huntley over Garoppolo or Simeon? No and no. Garoppolo and Simeon still the way I would go. Jeffrey D. Jeff D. Hunter Renfrow or Rashad Bateman, half PPR. It's not close. It's Renfrow in a runaway. To the second power. Joey, what's up, brother? What's up to the second power? Half PPR. Andrews, Knox, or Gronk? Knox, healthy. Good game. Let's go. Jackson George, which is a cool name, Jackson George. Everyone likes Jackson George. Mike Williams, Renfrow, or Saquon Barkley, full PPR. If you're looking for safety this week and you need floors, Renfrow. If you're looking for upside, it's Saquon. Mike Williams, odd man out. But I would still probably start Renfrow if you just wanted to get the W and get out. Mary Jane's Lounge, Miles Sanders rank. Well, this week, Miles Sanders rank, I will tell you. Let me check my rankings on FantasyPros.com. Beep, bop, boop. Oh, there it is. My ranking for Miles Sanders this week. Oh, he is far down there. He is very far down. By the way, also Gaskin is not excuse me, not Gaskin. Gainwell not active for this game. But yeah, Miles Sanders is around that Zach Moss area, and he's actually after him. So I don't love it. I would not concern myself with it. I would try rest of season to hope that things get a little flushed out there, but I got zero hope. Very little. And this week is not a good matchup. First game back. No, no, no. So he is a desperation flex, if that, Mary Jane's Lounge. Hot dropper. Bateman or Thielen? It's Thielen. It's not even close. Thielen. Family functions. Good day, Joe. Full PPR. Flex. Mooney. Gallup. Ayuk. Dante Foreman. Let's go with Gallup. Again, let's keep playing the total. It's going to keep playing the total here today. Play the quarterback, play the total. When everything's close, look for the best offense, look for the best scoring situation, look for the over-under number, and hope that it actually reaches it. And I know they've been disappointing this year, but let's try. Again, if we get to 1,200 likes before we're out of here today, you will get another Joey P picture from my youth. I don't think it's going to happen here. It seems like it's slowing down. There could be another one here. Look at this little tiny one. What magic beholds here for this young man? I don't know. You don't know either. But you'll only know if you continue to like this video. Today's theme, the history of Joe Pisapia with hair. With hair on this head. Every 300 likes, you get another picture. That's what we do. All right, next here is half PPR, Rashad Bateman, Corey Davis, or Kadarius Toney. Corey Davis is the safest play here. I can't believe I'm saying this, but it is. Corey Davis, you play with Flacco, and you hope for the best. If you want to roll the dice with somebody, you roll with Toney. And maybe you get a lightning moment with him, but Davis is the safer play. Cousins forever. Thanks for all the hard work, Joe AP. Thank you, Cousins forever. That's very nice. We do work hard. Chris works really hard. I tease him all the time. He works very hard. He's a wonderful person to work with, and I don't care what Dan Harris says. But yes, it's we appreciate all of you, and we work hard for your fantasy team because, again, your fantasy team is more important than mine. Period. End of story. So thank you, Cousins. Full PPR. I believe we're talking about Darrell Williams versus Barkley. Give me Barkley. And then Newton versus Carr. Give me Carr. I'm playing it safer. I'm just going to do it. Greg Mandros wants to know Wentz, Lawrence, Taylor, Big Ben. This is a really tough one because Wentz, tough matchup. Lawrence, unappealing. Big Ben is probably the safe bet here. Gross. But it kind of is. Like, get your points and get out. Taylor's intriguing to me because of the rushing equity. Taylor, I think, could put up a decent spot. At the end of the day, as gross as that matchup is, I probably would still play Wentz and just suck it up. But if you pivot it to Taylor or Big Ben, I don't think it's a bad move. I don't think any of these are great. I think they're all going to leave you kind of burned. So if it's all going to be the same, I might as well just roll the best guy out there. And I think the best guy is Wentz, despite the matchup against Buffalo. But if you wanted to just take some rushing points, you can go with Taylor. If you want to take like the safe matchup here and hope Big Ben back in this week, then Big Ben. I'm okay with that. Daniel says, I can't hit the likes anymore, Joey. It's not up to you. There's more people out there. We got to get more likes. I know, it's getting later in the season. We get to 1,200. We've got 6 minutes left. Maybe if we just get to 1,000, I'll give you one more. Did we get to 1,000? Have we even got? Okay, we got to 1,000. Let's see if we can get almost at 1,100. Look, I want 12. If we get to 12, we're in good shape here. Maybe you'll get another picture. We shall see. Now, I don't know if Yates is going to show you any pictures from his youth. I don't know what he's going to show you, but I've been doing that for your enjoyment and your entertainment today. Let's go to your next question here and see if we can squeeze in a few more questions and squeeze in a few more likes to get another picture from the big book of the history of Joey P's school pictures. It's a fantastic thing we're doing here on the program today. So Daniel's question, can't hit the likes anymore. Gallup or Renfro? Renfro definitely for the floor. Renfro's a safer play. Gallup would be fun. Sure, there's a universe where Gallup has 2 touchdowns today and has a monstrous game. However, I think it's probably still Renfro for me. Just playing a little safer. Lindquist Creative. Bald guys unite. Yes, we do. We're terrific. Even though I've showed you all these pictures like this one with all this miraculous hair. I'm sure Yates loves this. Yates is probably looking at this in the green room right now. He's probably looking at his own pictures of himself right now, probably all around him in his own house. But my bald friend wants to know, pick one. Half PPR, Gronk or Arnold? Dan Arnold for sure. And then the other one you have here is Corey Davis or Kadarius Toney. Once again, it's Corey Davis's floor. I wish I could say Kadarius Toney, but the Giants are irritating. They don't know what they're doing. I hope it's Kadarius Toney, but I don't have faith in it, so give me Corey Davis. Tyler Rowe wants to know, Schultz or Andrews today? I think you play Schultz and you hope for a touchdown now that you have the Tyler Huntley downgrade. I think you do. Next is Ed P, full PPR, Knox or Freiermuth. They're very close. I think I go with Freiermuth. He's a little bit more quintessential to the offense than I think Knox is. Knox could be hit and miss again. He can't afford to miss. I don't think there's a chance Freiermuth misses, especially after last week with that bad fumble. I think he kind of battles back this week. He's a tough kid. I like that Pat Freiermuth. I like toe tap Pat. Next one here, Noah Young, start 3, Gallup, Higgins, Thielen, Cooks. I want to start Higgins. I want to start Thielen, and I want to start Gallup. Cooks is the odd man out because, once again, it comes down to what now? The touchdowns. It comes down to what are the chances. Now, I like Cooks this week. Cooks is startable this week, but he's just not startable over Higgins, Thielen, and Gallup in the circumstance. All those guys have more touchdown equity, so give me that. Greg J, Titans or Dolphins D? Titans D. Don't even overthink it, bro. Jesse Chavez, Devontae Smith, Hunter Renfrow, Rashad Bateman. This is very close here. Bateman's out of this mix. Smith, Renfrow. I think Renfro's a little safer. Smith has a little bit more upside. That's why, because Smith has been on a nice tear lately. You can throw the ball in the New Orleans Saints too. We've established that. We've talked about that. But I think for me, I'm going to go with Hunter Renfrow as a safer player. If you need a little bit more, just a little more, and you're a little worried about this week, or you're already playing from behind, you're playing against the team that had the Pats defense, then give me Devontae Smith. I think he's got a little bit more in the tank. Next one here, we have Mooney or Corey Davis from John. I'm going to go with Mooney here. I respect Mooney, and I don't respect the Baltimore Ravens secondary. Kim is up next. Joe Burrow or Ryan Tannehill? Ooh, this one's a close one for me. I know everyone's going to tell you Ryan Tannehill about Houston this week. I think Joe Burrow's going to need to throw the football more in this game because I think Derek Carr is going to bounce back a little bit. So give me Joe Burrow. Let's go. From one Joe to another. We are coming up on 2 minutes left. Chris, can we get a check on the like number? What is the like count right now? 1092. We get to 1100. I will show you one more picture. I am a kind man. I'm a man of the people. If we get to 1100 in the next 2 minutes, I will absolutely show you one more picture from Joey P's youth. Showed you this one already. This one's a winner. Showed you a few more. Who knows what we have in store? Get up to 1100 and you might find out. Trevor Siemian or Daniel Jones? I'll still take my chances with Daniel Jones, even though I hate it. Wyatt, PPR. I need 2. Deontay, Robinson, and Higgins. Deontay Johnson and Robinson. That's the way I would go. Stu wants to know Gaskin or Mike Williams. Gross. Oh, this is a terrible situation here. In the half PPR, I'm still going to go with Mike Williams and hope for the best because I don't trust Myles Gaskin's period against anyone. Chris, you got some news for me? 11:22. All right, here we go. I think because you requested this so much, I think what we should do is give you a funny. I'm going to give you 2 for the price of 1 because they happen to be right neck and neck. It's a little freshman in high school baseball, Little League Joey P, Senior League Baseball, and the hair helmet with the tie. Once again, Joey P continues to show you the ties are there. Look at me with the wood bat because I'm a purist. And I was a sports star. It says so on the card. And look at that. That is a beautiful thing. So you got 2 for the price of 1 because I love all of you so much. And I appreciate you being part of the Fantasy Pros family here so much and being part of the live stream. And stick around because Yates is up right now with another one. Last one here from Mario because he's my people. Full point PPR. RB2, Foreman, Sanders, Ty Johnson, Dearness Johnson. It's a lot of Johnsons. Give me Foreman. And let's hope for the best. Let's hope that we get the Deontay Foreman game that we've been waiting for, that we think might exist, but we haven't quite seen yet. So if you haven't already, go subscribe to Fantasy Pros YouTube page, ask Yates a question, and Amari Cooper's jersey from today could be yours thanks to our friends at pristineauction.com. That's PRISTINE auction.com. We're going to be giving that away. All you got to do is be a subscriber, ask a question. You ask a question to Yates. Yates answers it, and you might win that jersey. That's an amazing thing that we're doing here at Fantasy Pros. I want to thank you for taking the journey with me today of the yesteryear youth of Joey P. It's been fun. It's been real. I love you all. And a special shout out to Chris Under the Weather, rocking and rolling. He's a rock star. He is a warrior. He's good people. He's my friend, and he's a Patriots fan like me. So I like him no matter what, pretty much. Because we have to stick together. Because everyone else hates us. That'll do it for me. But the story of the game goes on. Stick around here with my boy Kyle Yates, who is back. And congrats again to Kyle Yates having another kid. Incredible stuff. He's gone from the zone to the man-to-man defense. That's a whole new structure. I'm sure he's learning that the hard way. So stick around for Yates. He will answer your questions and give you the latest news. That'll do it for me, and I'll see you on Monday's pod, everybody. Have a great weekend and enjoy your football.